gosh, like I could not do what I do without having a village around me.
So why did you decide to go into the restaurant business?
Well, to be honest, it was all my husband's idea. Todd,
Okay.
he came to me with the idea a couple of years back because he knew that my family, we cook a lot, like my aunts, my mom, everybody likes to cook and we have these family dinners or whatever. And he was like, we need to do a restaurant, and that's how the idea of the restaurant came about. And while doing that, he was like, we should do a show about our restaurant.
So, I watched the clip because I saw like it was like a super clip. That's all I could see of the show. Because I know
Yes.
it comes out this weekend.
Yes.
Congratulations on that, of
Thank
course.
you. This
Uh,
Sunday.
yes, I know you've got to be excited.
Oh, I am super excited. I'm super excited, not just for me, but my whole family because, I have a lot of family that's on the show. I mean, my mom, my aunts, and then I have some cousins that work at the restaurant that are in the show, Patrick and Melvin. And then the other people that are in the show, they're like family. Don Juan is actually on this show as well, which people have gotten to know him over the years on Real Housewives of Atlanta with me because we work together on everything.
Oh, that's right.
But yeah,
He's your
but
manager, correct?
yes, he's the GM
Okay.
of my company.
Okay.
But we have so many other people that when I tell you they were meant for TV that just worked at the restaurant, that this is going to be a great opportunity for them to, they need to be seen, honey. They need to be seen.
Oh yeah, I saw. Oh, absolutely.
Yes.
So, back to the restaurant before I get back to the Bravo part of the Bravo extravaganza. How many of those recipes at Old Lady Gang are original recipe, family recipes, and how have they been tweaked to modernize them?
When we first opened the restaurant, we had like a few different recipes that, staples, you have your collard greens and mac and cheese and stuff like that. But there were a couple things that we knew how to cook for home, but we didn't know how to like do restaurant size
Mhm.
cooking. You know what I mean? Well, we had a
Oh
big
yeah.
family. Let me take that back. My mom is the youngest of 14 kids. So we always had
Wow.
like huge family dinners and stuff like that. And my both of my aunts have worked in the restaurant industry for a long, that's what they retired from. But
Okay.
we did get a chef here in Atlanta, Chef Jay, shout out to him, to come and help us tweak recipes and to come up with ideas.
So, you say you have big personalities who are about to show out once the show debuts.
Mhm.
So, are these people like this all the time, or are they
All the
amping it
time.
up for TV?
They're like that all the time. That's the thing. I mean, my family is naturally over the top. I mean, you've seen some of the stuff that goes on with my family on Housewives, but you get them on this show along with some of the other people that work in the restaurant. I mean, Brian. Oh my gosh, Brian is a walking TV show by himself. He doesn't need anybody else. Just him by himself is gonna have you laughing and crying all day long. He's a mess. And then Chandrika, she's the hostess. People be in our comments on the reviews. They'll be like, that hostess, oh, she had an attitude. But I'm like, I want you to meet her so you know who to blame next time. It's her, you know. So you know who it is. It's Chandrika. But yeah, it's a lot of big personalities in the restaurant, and I think it's really cool that people finally get to meet them.
So I have to tell you that I did catch your video confession last week when you accidentally dressed her in the wrong outfit for the day. And so, because your
Yes,
life is hectic, you have so many
yes.
businesses, you have a lot of things going on. So it happens. It happens, and I love your transparency with what
Yes,
happened there.
yes.
So I'm sure that you have to, count on your village a little bit. Your mom and your aunts, and I want you to talk about how important having that village is, especially for somebody like you, and to give some advice to
Yeah.
busy working parents, like hectic
Mhm.
parents, on how to do it all, and how to include that village.
Oh my gosh, like I could not do what I do without having a village around me. I will have to say my friend Katrina, she is like, whoo, she's my lifesaver. Like she always, is there for me, to help with my kids when needed. And obviously me and my husband, like we tag team getting them to school and doing all that stuff. But if I have to go out of town, then she'll help chip in and do extra to help us, with the kids or
Mm,
whatever.
awesome.
But it's always, to me, it's all about that village. Like, especially like when I was younger and I was a single parent, and then I had my daughter Riley. Like, I felt like I always tell my advice to anybody who's working. It's like, if you can, if you have a friend who also has a child that's around close to around the same age,
Mm,
and you go both are working people. So, like, say for instance, my friend Jing Jing, she's a doctor here, but at the time she was in medical school when I was, younger, and I was just doing music business stuff. But we would take turns. Like, if she was really busy or needed to study, then I would take both of our girls and I'll do activities and do things with them and keep them busy and make them have fun and take them on outings and
mm,
stuff. And then vice versa. If I had something to do, she would do the same. So if you keep your kids just as busy as you are, they never really have time to notice if you were doing something or to feel like, oh, you
that's
weren't
smart.
there or whatever. So for me, a lot of people always say, oh, you're going to make sure your kids are working. But I just feel like you got to keep them doing things, keep them in activities. So if you need to partner with a friend, so that you can make sure that both of you can, between the two of you, you can get them to where they need to be, or just make sure they have activities. Keep their minds going. An idle mind is the
That's
devil's
awesome.
workshop, honey, and that is the truth. And I know that from when I was young. So I always say, keep them busy. Keep them busy, and it's easier when you have somebody else who's also doing things, and you guys could share that responsibility